Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Today with Rhe. I'm your host, Rhema T, and if you haven't known, this is the show that highlights everyday entrepreneurs. If you aren't a part of the journey yet, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so that you'll be aware when new episodes come out. This week, I'm here with Genesis Ceja with Nómada Tortillería, and we are so excited to have her on this week's episode. Genesis, how are you feeling today?
Awesome.
Awesome? Yeah, that took a lot.
It.
Look, I'm not going to be honest with you guys. Drew, my producer for this season, is going to edit. We've done one take, and I butchered it, and we were practicing how to say everything. So I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that we got through that intro.
Yes. It was fun.
It was funny. So I'm going to open up and just tell us a little bit about yourself and why it is that you became an entrepreneur.
Yes. Hi guys, my name is Genesis. I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to open up a tortilla bakery that's not being done in Wilmington. Mm-hmm. I come from San Diego, California, and I just wanted to highlight the parts of my culture that are not really highlighted here in Wilmington. And one of those was La Tortillería, which is a tortilla bakery. And I just missed home, and I wanted to kind of highlight those flavors, those colors, and just bring a part of home to Wilmington.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We were talking off camera, and you mentioned how you came over here in about 2021, and the culture shock that you had coming from California to, Wilmington, North Carolina. Can you talk to us, what type of culture shock did you have?
Yes. Being raised in Southern California, you get a lot of just Latinos, there's a humongous different cultures. You walk around and you see different neighborhoods, and the majority of them in San Diego are Hispanic, Latino, the Latino community. So it's just it's comforting, other than the humidity and the traffic and other things that you kind of, experience moving to another city, moving to another place, a whole cross country, was that the Latino community wasn't seen here. I didn't see any of it. And I've just kind of been reaching out and trying to connect with people that, that could guide me to those Latino communities that I know they're there,
right,
but I feel like they're just repressed. And I kind of want to highlight that too with my company, with Nómada, is that there's just a whole nother, you think of Mexico, the people that are, from here, from Wilmington, you think of Mexico, you think of lettuce and sour cream and in your tacos, and there's more to that. There's more to just those go-to kind of cuisine options there. So there's mole and when I have to investigate about this green spaghetti, but so there's more to Mexico than that. And one of the things is tortillas. Tortillas is the, Mexicans eat tortillas like bread. Yeah. Every day it's part of the meal. Part of the meal. Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have chilaquiles in the morning with eggs, and then you have tacos in the afternoon, and maybe just by themselves too. Yeah.
A good hot one that's just come off the stove. Yeah. Oh my God. I told you I'm a big foodie. You're already making me hungry, and we're only 4 minutes into this episode. My stomach's gonna be growling. So we talked, and you started your business January of this year. 2023. And how has that been? It's only been, a couple of months. Tell us, because of your background and everything, what challenges or anything have you seen so far as a little baby entrepreneur?
I know. I just a little teeny tiny baby. Well, first of all, I just wanted to kind of do it. Just kind of, okay, I was tired of working for other companies, other people, and with the experience that I have, I kind of just threw myself into a mindset of why not? Why not now? You know, if I'm not gonna do it, then when am I gonna do it? So I just started kind of reaching out to the connections that I already established since I moved here, kind of asking around, and I kept coming up with the same problem, which is there's no money. There's no money in startups because they want to see, like, to them, they just see it as like an idea, you know, like they hear you out. Whoever you talk to, it's just, oh, well, it's just an idea. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's keep on dreaming. And like, not for them to be discouraging. It's just like, they're just being real with you. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, you know, you've had this idea, but what can you bring? Like, what else, what other information have you researched? So I met up with Atiba from Channel here, and he kind of started giving me little outlets like Score, the mentors at Score, and they all kind of, again, there's no money. We're not gonna give you, no. So you have to do the work, and it's been hard. Yeah. I've like done a business plan. They told me to do a SWOT analysis. I'm like, what is a SWOT analysis?
Yeah.
Like SWOT, I thought it was with an A, but no, it's with an O.
Oh, yeah. Opportunities,
Yeah, opportunities. The O in opportunities. So it's just, I was just kind of like scared. I was like, what am I doing? And it goes like up and down like a roller coaster. Right. Like, I'm like, I shouldn't have done this. What am I doing? I shouldn't have quit my job, that it was a salary job. And I was scared, and I was obviously like doubting myself, and you know, all those emotions that I'm just like, oh wow, I'm not gonna do it, until I just decided to go to the bank and then get a loan, and I am where I am right now. And I was like, damn. Yeah. Yeah, you know, just have to do that.
So, and sometimes you do have to do it scared. That's when the biggest reward comes from it. Sometimes it's like when you bet on yourself and you don't leave any room for, you know, well, I have this to lean back on, that. Like, that's when stuff works out for you, because it's like you have to put all of your energy into it, or else. You get what I'm saying?
Or else.
Or else.
Or else, meaning, you know, well, you fail. But, you know, we don't want that. We don't want that mindset. We don't want to think about that. But it is, you have to think about those things. Like, you know, the threats.
The threats of SWOT.
Of T. Like, what are the threats? So I'm like, okay, well, you run out of money. Like, okay, well, you know, someone else comes with a better product, and you know, like, okay, I know. But fortunately, I've had a good support system with the community and home life. You know, I'm just gotten the support, the motivation to kind of uplift me, and just to teach me how to like believe in myself. Right. Because I've encountered a lot of people that are like, oh, okay, well, you know, that attitude that's like, oh, you're not gonna make it. Oh, sweetie, that's cute. Oh, you know. So I've just kind of been doing it, just like going at it every single day, and you know, have to balance it out with working, you know, my regular job and home life and everything, kind of balancing all that. Right.
We were also talking off camera, as we almost did like a pre-interview. We were just talking, and I was drinking my coffee or whatnot. But you were talking about the foundation of like corn for your tortillas, and how there's hundreds of different variations, and how when you started your business, you kind of went on like a taste tour of other places. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes. I wanted to explore just, like the town that I just moved to. And, I tasted coffee because that was the original idea to open up a business in coffee, but it's been done and it's already, I still want to do it, but later on, the main goal for Nómada Tortillería is to have a cafe with it.
Beautiful.
A brick and mortar. So tortillas and coffee. And there's a lot of corn varieties. Like there's a white, a yellow, like you see a white, a yellow, but they all have their name. And they all taste different. They all have different profiles.
Right.
One of them is nutty. Like I have a purple and a pink variety right now. Yes. And so the corn goes through this process called nixtamalization. So you get the dried corn kernel that's been dried in like the fields. And it's kind of, it's whole, and then it goes through process. They kind of get it off the cob, and that's how I get it. I get it from Oaxaca, Mexico.
Okay.
And a company in Los Angeles, Macienda, who is owned by Javier Gaviria, he started researching and like how the history of corn in the United States and in Mexico, and how, maseca, I don't know if you know, it's just like the flour. You buy it in the international section of your store. And that's just an easy kind of like go-to, and there's no flavor to it. Right. So he wanted to kind of dive into what corn is. Like, where does it come from? Like, this procedure, this method is not, I don't want to say ancient, but yeah, it's ancient. Yeah. It's been, we've been doing it for so long. And why not accentuate it again? Like, bring it back again. Right. Same with like coffee. He talks about, like, he came out with a book in September, and same with coffee is like the first wave, third wave, and it's kind of like masa and corn is coming back, where we're going back to the roots of how to make tortillas. Right. How to make masa. I mean, there's so many things that you can make with masa. You can make sopes, you can make huaraches, you can make pozole, which is one of my favorite dishes to eat. And it's just, I love that about it. It's so versatile. You can even make bread. The company that I worked for before, I worked for a bakery here in Wilmington, and I made an experiment with blue corn. And I made sourdough, blue corn sourdough. Oh my gosh. So it's like the crust in it, and it's just so flavorful. And then I use Queen Esther, Adrienne from Queen Esther, she gave me some butterfly pea flour tea. And then for the coloring, so it could be blue. Oh, okay. And the taste of it was just magnificent. I wish I could make more of it, but it's just the possibilities are endless with corn. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So speaking on that, what are some of the varieties that people can get excited about when it comes to Nómada? Like, are you gonna sell the, blue tortillas or that pink, variety? What can people get excited for when it comes to your business? Well, like, actually thinking about the tortilla itself. Okay. Like, when you're eating a taco, you're like, well, you're just eating the taco and you think about the filling and like the toppings. Yeah. But I've said this before, where the tortilla is the soul of the taco. Like, I like that there. You don't want a tortilla that's been processed or been through like a lot and it's breaking down. Like, it's like a metaphor. Like, you want something that's strong, flavorful, and that kind of helps the other ingredients. It's supposed to work together. Helps the other ingredients kind of, bring their own thing. And then corn, like, you just taste the corn. Yeah. So I'm thinking of like, take my tortillas and go experiment at home. If this is make whatever you want. Like, what do you taste? Like, make taco nights, taco nights, Taco Tuesdays, or I want to make tortilla chips too, and all the colors. Like, corn can be, like I said, so versatile, and I plan on making each color, like each variety. So tortillas and like 4-inch for like street tacos, or you want the bigger ones for bigger tacos, or there's ones that are called tetelas, which is a little bigger, like a 10-inch. They're not for burritos, but I mean you can make burritos, but they're not meant for that. It's like a tostada too,
Got it.
And then you put toppings on there, but they're big. And tostadas too. Yeah. Like, you just put toppings on there. Get creative. And I hope, to inspire that culinary person that just wants to like a foodie, Like, you just want to experiment, like, oh, what does this one taste like? You go to the grocery store and you see the blue corn and you see the yellow, you see all these, but then you look at the ingredients list and it's just full of things that are just preservatives to keep them on the shelf longer so they could sell and whatnot. So I want to break that and kind of introduce a fresh ingredient, fresh tortilla to Wilmington.
Right. And if you ever need a taste tester
Definitely.
for anything, I am the person for that.
Yes. All the things.
That sounds so exciting and so inspiring, because I think people are now entering into the wave, like you said, going back to the roots of how things are supposed to taste, or the originality behind making the ingredients. And I think people are starting to go back into natural methods or eating styles. So I think it's a great introduction to that, especially like you said, with all the preservatives and additives that people ingest. It's like it doesn't even taste the same. If you were to get fresh chips, let's say for instance, like you were mentioning, it's not going to taste how it is out of a bag that's been in the grocery store on the shelf for
who knows
how long. So I think it's really inspiring, and I think that a lot of people are going to grab hold to that, because, like I said, we're in that wave. And for people that want to join you in this experience, not experiment, but they will get to if they join with you, where can they find you on social media?
I've created the Nómada Tortillería at nómada.tortillería Instagram, and then there's my personal one, but either one could lead you to me. And I'm, like I said, I'm still like a baby in the baby entrepreneurs like journey, so I'm still working on a website and how to order. It's like I barely got my the kitchen space that I'm renting out at Manna Provisions over here on downtown Wilmington, and I'm just sharing space with other entrepreneurs, other businesses,
so they can find you also at Manna.
I mean, I want to be able to provide tortillas for wholesale accounts, but also like smaller quantities if you ever want to just have taco night, or just because you want to, and just be able to pick up there or wherever I am. I could even deliver to. Like, I'm all about getting to explore everyone and actually meeting people in person. I think the connection there, and talking more about like the corn, where it comes from, where like the origins of what they're about to ingest.
Yes. And for those that want to partake in this journey, or more interested in, again, learning about the corn and the origin and just the different varieties that you're going to introduce, make sure you go and get in contact with her. I have 2 more questions for you, and one of those, again, as a baby entrepreneur, how can the community help you?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to ask for help, especially, with my upbringing is to ask for help.
Yeah.
I've always been independent and like, okay, I'm going to do this by myself. And, what you've seen on Instagram or social media is it doesn't cost anything to share, to spread the word, to subscribe, to like, to be like engaged in, what it is like we're attached to the Instagram algorithm or any algorithm whatsoever, is just to engage, to shout out, comment, don't be afraid. Like I'm human. You could come at me with any questions.
Yeah.
Like if I have the answers, I'll probably have them. If not, then I'll find out.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, and anything helps. Any contact that you might have, anything, it's just like I'm there. I'm open. And same with me. Like I'm an open book. If I can help you, if succeed or whatever you're doing, then come with me with any questions.
Great answer. Great answer. I feel like on what's that show? Steve Harvey, when they're like, great answer, great.
Yeah.
Woo. And then my last question, what advice in your time as an entrepreneur, what advice would you give to someone who's also looking to be an entrepreneur?
Just do it.
Yeah.
It's the Nike kind of just do it. It could be scary, and I think I've mentioned this before, where just think about like what you loved to do when you were a kid, what inspired you, even if it was just building blocks or like anything. Maybe you want to be an architect, or maybe you want to be a designer, or maybe you want to do anything. And to me, what has always inspired me and kind of motivated me was food. Like I love eating it, I love making it. It brings back memories to just like my childhood, and there's no other way. Even if I want to veer to a different route and say, okay, well now I'm gonna be a driver or whatever, I still go back to food. So that's why I encourage people to kind of just think about, meditate a little bit and just kind of think about like, what did I love to do when I was a kid?
Yeah.
And it could be silly. But kind of go back to that. Like you deserve to give yourself that chance and like that opportunity to be like, well, maybe I'm going to put in the work, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm going to sit down and think about like what I actually loved doing when I was a kid.
You know what?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, because growing up as a kid, I loved talking. I was that kid that were like, she talks too much in class.
Yeah. Yes. Like the report cards, like, please get her.
Right.
Well, that's just, I hate that about society. It's just like they're trying to just diminish your dreams and like.
No, I talk to everybody just like I do now. I talk to everybody.
Yes.
So. Genesis, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show this week. Guys, make sure, again, you share. Like she mentioned, not all contributions are monetary. It's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to comment, all of that. So again, I hope you like this episode. I hope that you like this episode and share it and subscribe to the channel. And as always, make sure you support a local business. I'm Rhema T. Bye.
Bye.